Hey, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Chris back with another video for you guys. 2019 Ford F-150 XLT. We're getting ready to replace the front brake pads and rotors. So to do that, you're gonna need a 13mm to remove your calipers. So we're gonna get these free real quick. Always check your wrench, righty tight, lefty loosey, and let's break them free. Pretty cold out here today, so we're getting it in the snow. So you're gonna see a lot of water and stuff, but yeah, you can smack it up with your hand just to get them to break free. After you get them to break free, you want to make sure you got a magnet bolt or something. Put all these in. Excuse me. Should be free, just about. And you're gonna need a 21mm for your rotor bracket. 21 to take off your tires. It's not fun, but especially when it's nasty. Where we at? All right. And I recommend you put them back in top bottom how they came out. Sometimes rust and stuff will make them not want to go back in the way they came out. All right, you're gonna need a screwdriver or a pry bar. Press over this caliper, son. If I can find me a spot. Go in there. Nope, it's got to be up here. There we go. Before we do anything, give me a caliper hanger and split them on off. These brakes haven't been changed in over 5 years, so my guy wants them all the way done. My brother wants them all the way done, all the way around. So that's what we're doing today. And let's move this out the way, just for now. Make sure we're good to where it don't fall on me. There we go. All right, got that out the way. We got our pads. We're getting ready to remove the rotors as well. So let's pop these on out. We'll match up everything before we go back in. But these are pretty good shape, but they're starting to crystallize, so that causes gliding. So when they start to look like this, then you definitely want to go ahead and change them. It comes from heat. All right, make sure your guide pins move freely. If not, you'll have to lubricate these. If they're not moving freely and they seize up, you're gonna have to get a whole new caliper bracket, and they don't just sell the bracket, so you will be buying a whole new caliper. So 21mm, remove the rotors, right tight, lefty loosey. This specific one says on and off on this icon version. Yep, 1/2-inch breaker bar. Come up top. And I'm gonna have to move this camera a little bit so I can pry up on this thing. Hopefully we can get it. All right. Main thing is getting them to break free. If you can't, then you're gonna have to stop. Got those to break free. Go ahead and get those on up and out of there. And I think I'm going to cheat and use my friend to make it faster. Be right back. All right, so we back in there. Got my good old baby Milwaukee impact. Move that out the way. Now this is gonna take a little second just because of this isn't a real heavy duty one. It's a 1/2 inch, but these have been in there for a minute, so It's not real powerful, but it does get into tight spaces. And it takes a while because these do have Loctite on them on the thread, so that's what the red is, Loctite, so these don't back out. So it could take a little second for it to come out like you see. All right, move this guy out the way, and let's proceed to getting this rotor off. And I'm not going to do the reinstallation. I'm just going to show how to remove this. So you see we're almost there, and definitely make sure you don't put stress on your wires or anything. That's why we use all these brackets and stuff. All right, let's get a baby sludge, and we should be able to get this right on off. You can see if I got one over here. Yep, I picked this up yesterday, so we're gonna get him broke in. Make sure we don't have any rotor screws, and nope. No rotor screws, so that's good. And you want to bang around so you can kind of loosen up everything. All right, let me proceed to banging this out. It's about to be a lot of noise, and I'm probably going to have to put it in neutral real quick. So give me a second, be right back. All right, so let's get this on up now. Got it in neutral so we can spin. You ain't got the four-wheel drive on, do you? Probably do. All right, give me a second. We're trying to bang this out. Let's see. There we go. All right. So we got this out. Just needed to bang it a little more. So same thing if you was to have to replace your spindle or your wheel hub bearing. This is where your tires go on, wheel hub, and yeah. We're not doing that today, so let's match up these rotors and be right back. All right, so we got our rotors. We went with the Duralast Gold, the high carbon. So these guys right here got the oxidized coating on them. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna mate them. Make sure everything's good all the way around. If everything's good, flip it back over, do the same. You're gonna need brake parts cleaner to clean these because they come with grease on them from the factory. So after you pop your plastic off, definitely gonna need that. So these are the right rotors. So let me get this over here and set the camera back up. And we're gonna match the pads. All right, so let's match up these pads. These are the Duralast Elites. They're a lot better than the Gold. So if you can afford the extra $12 to $13, I recommend you go with the Elites. They do come with a lifetime warranty. The factory pads, they're a little different, but they are the same. So you always mate them just to make sure everything lines up correctly. So, yep, everything looks good. So that's our pads. I started not to do the video on installing everything, but changed my mind. So let's put it back together. All right. Just because it's so messy, all this snow and slush and stuff, but all good. Get my brake grease, parts cleaner, all that good stuff. Probably gonna have to do it a couple times. All right. But yeah, they say these carbon ones dissipate heat a lot better, so that's what we want. Very good heat dissipation. So get your rotor on, grab your bracket, just put it back in. I usually use my knee a little bit. These are heavier than car rotors, so and just kind of wiggle it until you feel it start to bite. And we're good. Let's do the same with the bottom. Hopefully we got a good shot. Just kind of rock it back and forth. And you want to at least get a few threads, make sure it's started. And let's proceed. Glad I caught that. It's just heavy and you don't want to pull your lines or anything. Let's tuck it back over here for a minute. Stay. Just for a little while. And we're not set, so let me move this up here. So this isn't going to get as tight, so you're going to need your breaker bar again to make sure. And we're going back to the on position. And when you're done, if you're working in rain and stuff, rinse off your tools, wipe them off, spray them down with some WD-40, stuff like that, just so they don't rust on you. And let's tighten it back up. That's it. And that's it. All right. Now it's time for these pads to go back in. And let's see if we have anything else in the box, like clips or anything. And we do have new brake clips, so we got to pop the old ones out. It's so rusty in there, you sometimes can't see them. But yep, there they are. And we want to match those up too. Start with the bottom first. And you have like a little lip right here on them. It's going to go in first and then pop it out to the side. Like so. Man, that's a lot of smoke rolling up. Alright. So we're going to match these one for one. Some of them are modular where they reverse and forward the same. We're about to see. And match it up. Looks good. Let's pop this one in. Sometimes you might need a screwdriver or something that helps push them in. Unless these are different. I think these pop outside in, see. Yeah, looks like outside in. And let's see, because it's kind of tough. Usually use a screwdriver to help the system in. There we go. Got one to lock. And once it locks, you'll feel it. Do the top. The tops might be a little harder just because you gotta push it up versus down. Gravity. Match this up. Make sure they're the same. And they are. Probably gonna do the same thing with this one. Trying not to get real nasty on the ground. But it looks like I might be getting nasty. Yep. Yep, very messy day, very messy day. up, baby. Screwdriver. There we go. And you'll hear it click just like that. We got 2 more to do. And you still want to use your screwdriver just to make sure they sit good. Just to make sure. Yeah. All right. That one popped off. You know, so these are pretty modular. All of them are going to go around pretty much the same. And slap this one in, I'll be happy. So I got 2 more of those clips to replace. I'm about to put them in, about to block the camera because it's so messy. I'll be right back after I get those clips in. All right, so after you get all your clips in, we're still gonna spray this with brake parts cleaner. The black ones, as far as the oxidized coating, they don't come with grease on them. Thought they did, but they don't. But just in case you wanna do that, rule of thumb, you still spray them. So we got water and all kind of stuff from today. So we're gonna hit them anyway. All right, so got all that done, and you want to make sure that your rotor is free and it's not bumping up against your bracket. And after that, let's go ahead and set these pads in. There we go. All right. Usually take my screwdriver, just smack it on there, make sure it's up against the rotor real good. Same thing applied to this one as well. These don't have screamer clips on them. Let me double check and verify. No screamer clips. So they're just gonna sit in there. So go. You want to probably try to do them even as possible. You're not gonna be able to rock them as much, but just kind of sit on the edge like that, and just kind of work it. You'll feel it. There we go. All right. Now, same thing. Make sure your rotor is not offset or anything. Let's put some brake grease on this guy. And the Elite packs, they come with brake grease, so that's good. You don't usually have to buy them, but you might run out, so if you have to, get you a little extra pack. Brake grease doesn't hurt. Spray it on your pads. And we do have to push our caliper back, so before I do that, let's go ahead and get that back real quick. Okay, make sure we're in a good shot with that. There we go. All right, so this bracket, you have a lot of different, well, your caliper, you have a lot of different tools that you can use. This is a double piston bracket, brake caliper, so I'm going to use my double piston ratchet, which is pretty cool. I like it. Covers everything. Also works for the back. Pop these off. These are for the back. Magnetic plate. There we go. And let's see if I can get it in. Push that one inside. There we go. And you want to kind of hold it until you get it started. And let's start going. And my pad is offset a little bit. Let's fix that problem real quick. Alright, so one of my pistons is out further than the other. So I'm going to use a C-clamp to push it back to kind of even them up. That happens if you push the brake after the caliper's off. Sometimes that'll happen. So let's back it up some. So if yours ever offsets like that, you're gonna have to push one of them back. All right, now we got it pretty flush. Let's back this on up. Now we should be able to use that guy again. There we go. Trying to make sure it was set correctly and not blocking the camera. And some calipers go all the way back flush, and some of them don't. Some of them have a little lip on them, but these look like they go back flush. Yeah, looks like they're going to go back flush and touch. And when it stops, it just stops. Don't keep going. Just like that, it stopped. So I'm just gonna do that. Back this up a little bit. Let it sit there and put my grease on. Reason why I do that, sometimes that fluid will push these pistons out just a little bit sometimes. So I usually just leave it sitting there for a minute. Stuff that you learn through time. And they are being stingy with this brake grease these days. But you don't want to glob it, you just want a nice coating on the outside of your pads. And they hardly put any in here. And it did just enough for one side. But yeah, you don't want to cake it because it's going to be real dirty and grease and dirt. All kind of stuff's gonna get on these things, so if you cake it, it's gonna build like a paste. So you don't want that. All right, got this off. We got our 2 bolts back down there left. Back this up, and it's time to swing our caliper back. Let's put it on. And like I was saying, remember check your guide pins. We did that, so we're gonna push these in a little bit. And get these set. These are going to turn. It's kind of got, you got these little grooves right here. You want that box in to rest on the bracket of the caliper. Yep, just like that. Okay. Let me hit these with some brake parts cleaner, get some of this water off. This snow. And you're gonna have to adjust it a little bit, give it some wiggles, and it should start to spin. Same thing with the bottom, give it some wiggles, and it should start to spin. All right, sometimes these will move, try to rotate on you. What I usually do, I'll use a screwdriver. Some cases you can just use your fingers and just hold it. And this is going to spin like that, so you want it to stay right here where the lock's at. And don't tighten one before you tighten the other one so you don't offset your caliper. And another thing you can also do if it keeps moving on you, just kind of stick the screwdriver in there like that. And you're going to repeat this same process for the driver's side. This is the passenger side, but we got to do the rears too. So, got this tight. Make sure it's tight. Got me still moving a little bit. Let's do the same thing. Just rotate it all around one more time. Come on, baby. wants to spin on me. Try it up a little bit. There we go. Rotate. Alright, now I'm gonna jam this in and hold it pretty tight. And if that don't work, then I will be doing crescent wrench. Looks like we'll keep spinning, so let me set it and let me get my crescent wrench just to tighten it up. The bottom will stop already, but you want it to stop and then smack it like this till the wrench bounces back. So let me grab something for this real quick. Hopefully this 20-1 will work. Nope, it's not. Nope, still moving. All right, let me get some. And I just want this not to move on me. And he's still moving. Alright, let me get a crescent wrench just to make sure. Might not need one, but let's get one just to make sure. All right, crescent wrench. Right. Right. One more time just to make sure for the rope. And that's tight. Right. Alright. So that is how you change the front brakes and the rotors on a 2019 Ford F-150 SLT. So hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. Always remember, rust is the enemy on these things. That's why we have to work so hard sometimes. But this was a pretty straightforward job, pretty easy, other than the mess from the snow and slush. But yeah, hit the thumbs up. For those who have subscribed, I appreciate you watching my content, and hopefully this helps you out on changing your brakes. And until the next video, I'm out.